Emergency reloads. In a situation where your arm is penned, or God forbid you're injured and you're only down to one arm that's functioning, you're not going to be able to successfully do or access, basically the simplicities of what you're being trained. An emergency reload is a little bit more advanced, but I think it's very prudent for all people to understand that it can be done, because this is where this video series is going to take you, and at least in this direction. Basically, in a situation where my arm's immobilized for whatever reason, I could place my weapon muzzle down, slide inwards between my knees. I can then access my magazine in the gun, slide release, I'm back in the game. So there's always a way to fight. I don't want you to look inside the box. I want you to perfect what's inside the box and then start expanding outside. Realize the possibilities of what you can do. Find out where your difficulty levels are and try to achieve success with them. Basically, in a situation where you're taking cover, you're hiding behind a barrier, maybe it be a car or a wall, you're not going to be out in your workspace functioning. Space becomes very limited at that point because you're trying to take that cover for safety. So you may find yourself in a situation where you need to reload from the chest or retention. So you come back, grab your magazine, come up, place it in, drop your slide stop, get into the fight. And that's really the way to keep your body tight and still function. This is another technique you should practice. At the end of the video series, we'll have an organized list for you, so that way you can take it to the range and you can run through all these yourself. Now, one thing you can't see or translate with video is muscular strength. So when I grab this pistol, I'm grabbing it with a firm, dominant force, not to the point where I'm over struggling and even shaking, but just to the point where I know this is mine. At the same time, I'm putting about 25% of my energy with my gun hand into the weapon, pushing forward. With my support hand, I'm using about the same amount of energy pulling back. So between the grip, the posture, the stance, I have a solid platform for success, and every follow-up shot will be much quicker. And remember, we're trying to create muscle memory, and the only way to do that is with practice, practice, practice.